If they don't bother you, I talk about them. Because for good or bad, I interact with my chat. I left X and I feel great. I don't miss it at all. The first day after I left X, I was like, what's going on in X? Now it's been, what, 3 or 4 days? Don't even give a shit. Chat's gonna end up being the same thing. Like, if chat becomes unusable, then I'll just be like every other streamer, and it sucks, and I don't want that. I know most, like, you know what's interesting? It's easy for me to tell who's here in good faith and who's not, because I've been doing this for so long. I have almost all of your usernames memorized.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just covered Chrissie Mayr last night. It was an absolute nuke. Internet moment right there. They're calling it the female boulder stream. Brittany Venti. I keep saying Brittany Venti and people are getting really mad about it. Brittany Venti, like the fucking Starbucks drink. And it's not like I've never interacted with Brittany before or seen Brittany's content. I watched the Destiny debate like 7 years ago. I just say her name wrong. I don't know what it is. I'm Tommy seeing out. I'm fucking up the name. Brittany Venti. I will make an attempt to get that correct. I noticed this morning when I went to check the YouTube channel, the deleting continues. After deleting 82 videos, presumably live stream on the Quartering channel, Jeremy has deleted 2 more. I don't know what that is. I was speculating, oh, did he get a strike? Because I went to Jeremy's channel this morning and he wasn't pumping out VODs. He's supposed to do 5 a day, right? Can somebody tell me if he normally takes days off? I went to the Quartering YouTube channel and he did end up posting inevitably. Like it did pop up eventually. Yeah, here they are. Now they're there. They're rolling out. I thought he posted earlier. So I looked at his channel. There's nothing there. I'm like, did he get a strike? I don't think it is. If he did, it's a warning because he can obviously still post. But I was like, huh, that's kind of odd. Another thing is Jeremy didn't go live on YouTube today. He only streamed on Rumble, which of course I was in the chat and I got banned, I think. I forgot, what did I say in there? I don't know if I got banned for the comment. He was covering a plane hitting a civilian, and I don't know how he did it. He was talking about this for like 10 minutes, speculating on if the civilian was drunk. I thought in my head, personally, he was putting himself in the body of the... That's why he said drunk. I think he was putting himself in the body of the guy who committed suicide by plane. And honestly, I hope you seek help, Jeremy. I need you making more content for longer. It was either that comment that got me banned, the one I was talking about, saying that his final words were, "What are the oranges for?" before the plane killed the drunkard. It was either that one or when I was watching him react to an article poorly where he didn't realize that the audio was muted while he was sitting there and watching Mr. Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary. Like literally, you could just hear his mouth making old man noises while the video played because he didn't have any audio on it. I wrote in the chat, I go, does Jeremy even like give his opinions anymore, or does he just read the article and then look at you like that one scene from The Whale? I don't know which one got me nuked, but I was permanently banned on Rumble. And I found out today, I didn't know this. Did you know this? I didn't know I had a Rumble channel, but apparently they're really desperate for content creators because I have a check mark on this thing. I've never streamed here before, but apparently I'm a verified creator. Do you just get this for verifying your email, or is this like a thing that you actually have to get? Like, do you do something to become a verified Rumbler? I don't know. I didn't know I had that. I just tried logging in and it's like, oh, you have credentials. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. I guess I'll pop on over there. Yeah. I don't know. I'm in Jeremy's home turf. I guess I got the, how much was your Rumble deal? Dude, I missed out on it. I missed out on my Rumble payout. Yeah, so another thing that I saw right here is that Weekend Warrior pointed out, only subscribers and members can comment. Now, this is apparently not limited to shorts or videos or community tab. On his YouTube videos, you need to be a subscriber to comment. If you go to his community post, you just can't comment at all. He's completely turned it off. Why is he doing this? Oh, he wants to stop hate. Oh, he wants to stop criticism. No. That's not why he's doing it. You're getting caught here. What happened last night with Chrissie Mayr? Who here was watching that? Did you enjoy the segment? Last night, I watched people send Chrissie Mayr probably like $3,000 just to insult her on her own show because they knew she would read it. It's literally death by $3,000. So if Chrissie Mayr can make thousands of dollars getting flogged on a stream where she's entirely in the wrong, Jeremy knows how to play that to his advantage as well. He wants you to resubscribe so you can insult him. Don't touch the poo. His numbers are falling off a cliff so fucking dramatically. He wants you to resubscribe so you can ask him where to put the oranges, where to shove the oranges. That's what he's trying to do here. And my defense for this position is, if he was really being harassed, why would he only make it one day? Why would he only make it one day? You must be subscribed for one full day to add a comment. Why wouldn't he make it 30 days so only the TheQuartering fans would be able to comment on it? Because he wants you to resubscribe, and he wants you to jump in there and start insulting him. So that will boost the number of comments on the videos. It'll go further into the algorithm. You can dislike all you want. That's something you have the ability to do. The comment boosts his video. The subscriber fixes his hemorrhaging sub count because he's probably leaking more than he's comfortable with. Do not touch the poo. Do not resubscribe to insult him. Do it on your own platforms, because as far as we know, Jeremy's still reading them. Yes, they caught him today. Again, red-handed. Jeremy posted a video on his other channel, Jeremy Hambley, proving that he is still on Twitter. He just deactivated TheQuartering. He's still reading your fucking hate posts. This guy's got fucking, how many is this? This guy's got, what is that, 12? 12? He's tweeting at people. He's got fucking notifications in his Twitter. He's still reading them. Just post it to Twitter. Don't fucking comment on his videos.
That is nuts. At a time when most people are pulling back, I'm sure we have to pay $1,000.
Yeah, 12 notifications. He's replying to people. He's still on Twitter.
To drive to the game.
He's hiding his account. That's why it's cut off.
You know, boycott the NFL activity. That is nuts. At a time when most people are...
So yeah, this is what's happening right now, guys. This is what's going on. Now, Jeremy did issue a statement on poor Chrissie Mayr and the deleting of the TISM podcast. So this was uploaded by Elisa Clips today, an hour ago. It's a very short one, but this was his take that he finally gave after, I guess, being pressured by the
holding
chat.
A leftist struggle session and thinking they're good guys.
A leftist struggle guys, Brittany Venti, known leftist, Andy Worski, known leftist, PPP, known leftist, and Jeremy the free speech quartering, who is the iconic right-wing patriot.
Imagine holding a leftist struggle session and thinking they're good guys. I felt so bad for her. I'm not going to talk about it. That's just not going to do any drama. You know, again, people are like, where's your Twitter? Twitter was not good for me. You know, I was getting sucked in to it and being cringe, and it was bad. And but I did see what they did to Chrissie, and that was dumb.
Why was it dumb? What did they do to her? Did they make her lie? Did they make her sit there and invoke her dead dad and unvaccinated child that she has to homeschool because she's too stupid to give the kid a polio shot?
That TISM drama is crazy. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even think it was a big deal. I should have.
You didn't think it was a big deal to delete a podcast with multiple other participants who created content with you over the years?
Just privated them, and I told the guys that, like 100% should have just privated them.
Yeah, why the fuck would you delete them? He was lying, saying like, oh, I heard that streams were damaging channel. Bro, you deleted them off of fucking every platform possible. Oh, my BitChute was hurting my YouTube channel. Bro, they got swastikas on the homepage on that platform. There's nothing that you said in those podcasts that would be damaging your YouTube channel.
I think anyone would care because all those episodes are like 3 years old.
Oh, yeah, dude, 3 years old. People never go back and watch 3-year-old content.
But I should have...
He's so used to making daily garbage slop videos that have no evergreen potential. He forgets that sometimes 3-year-old videos are often... Dude, YouTubers who actually provide value to their audience occasionally make things that people go back and watch. Jeremy's never known anything about that.
I didn't think anyone would care because all those episodes are like 3 years old. But I should have checked with them, and I should have
checked with the people who helped make them. Yeah, what a great take, Jeremy.
Privated them instead of deleting them. Very, very stupid fuck up on my part. I told them that.
Stupid fucking mistakes, man.
I was just cleaning out all the old like live streams because people were cherry picking them and using them to try and...
June the King did this. We're going to cover June later. June the King fucking did this.
Make my life a living hell. And I didn't think about that one.
June the King. They use my clips against me.
Can't wait to see Chrissie on the channel though. Been a while. I don't know. I haven't heard from her. I hope she just has her job back after.
Why the fuck would it? I mean, we're gonna find out if she has her job back because we got Gary. We got Gary here right away, who's giving a statement today. But yeah, why would she get her job back for that? She's become more radioactive than she was before. Whose fault is that? Is it the woke cancel mob, or is this absolute bitch getting the fucking justified punishment for her own actions? I'm just confused. Why do you think that she should be rewarded for lying for 2 hours straight? Can I just show you a clip? We had to dig deep to get this one, unfortunately. And I'll play it again when we get there to the actual segment. But this is, like, egregious. We had to listen to this fucking lying, pathetic loser repeat the same pre-written, I imagine, talking point over and over and over again. That, oh, I wanted to talk about my conversion. Oh, I wanted to talk about the Lord. Oh, I wanted to talk about the pregnancy. I don't know, whatever the fuck she was talking about. We weren't there to talk about TheQuartering.
I did not want to ask Melanie about the Jeremy drama because I didn't think she had anything to do with it.
I didn't want to ask Melanie about the drama because I didn't think she had anything to do with it.
I did not want to ask Melanie about the Jeremy drama because I didn't think she had anything to do with it.
I didn't want to ask her about the Jeremy drama because I didn't think she had anything to do with it. You got that? We're locking that down?
I did not want to ask Melanie about the Jeremy drama because I didn't think she had anything to do with it. It's funny because on my screen here, I have my questions from my interview with Melanie Meck, and one of them was, you addressed the quartering drama back in April. Now that some time has passed, how do you feel about it now?
What? Now, most people go, oh, wow, you're just grabbing two clips from different streams. No, it's the same one. No, it's the same. She forgot she said this in the first 30 minutes of the stream and then went on to lie for 2 consecutive hours to Brittany's face about it. She scripted a question specifically to ask Melanie Mack about the drama with TheQuartering and then lied for 2 fucking hours about how she didn't want to talk about it when she fucking had it on her computer and read it verbatim to her when she was on the show. Why should she be, why would we reward her for this as like a community? Like, this isn't even my community. I'm not pretending that I'm a part of this community, but why would we reward her for this behavior? What about this is something that is to be rewarded? I don't understand.
I hope that she just has her job back after what she had to go through, you know? I can get Chrissie to fill in, but I don't want to cause any more problems for Chrissie. So
dude, he's like, oh, you can come on my show, and he's like, oh, she's gonna be so fucking mad when this clip goes viral. Okay,
let's just let her be.
Nick? Thank you. Why?
I tried to defend her and only made it worse. So I don't want to. You know, everyone else is getting all this bullshit, and it sucks for them. Rolling? And the best thing I can do is like, just let everyone be. Yeah, limiting screen time, less social media. Yeah.
Dude, you gotta get off that social media. He sounds like a fucking teenage girl. Like a teenage depressed girl.
Yeah. I was definitely getting sucked into...
Dude, I was definitely getting sucked.
You're 100% right about that, Devin. That was where all this started. No one will ever admit.
Dude, POV the bull when he's asking what he was doing. When Jeremy asks how his night was.
You're 100% sucked. Yeah, I was definitely getting sucked... into you're 100% right about that, Devin. That was where all this started. No one will ever admit that, but that's where all this started.
This started with you threatening Andy Worski no less than 27 times.
That's where all of this started. All the way back to that.
Is he blaming D-Day Cobra? Bro, he's blaming everybody. There's no accountability from anybody involved in this. There's none from Melanie, none from Jeremy, none from Chrissie. Why should we care? Why should we care about any of them? They don't even care about themselves. They don't care about their well-being. They don't care about their friends. Jeremy fucked over two huge YouTubers that he happens to be friends with and forced them to talk about this, further solidifying his fucking fall. Like, he did more damage to himself through whatever beers he drank on the way to the Chicago Bulls game than he could have imagined.
They all got upset about that, but that's okay. Anyway, let's talk about this next story.
Why is Tactical Templar in here? Oh, he's in my docket. We're going to look at Tactical Templar. Tactical Templar specifically took issue with Chrissie Mayr's portrayal of Jesus Christ. Of course that had to get into my docket.
I don't want to, I wish everyone the best.
I feel like that's not the case.
Everyone the best. It's all good. Let's no drama in the chat,
That's why I got nuked from the chat. That's fucked up, man. So TheQuartering popped in his chat and he's like, guys, we have all positive vibes. X was bad for my mental health and it's gone now. I'm already happier. And they're like, love you, boss. Meanwhile, you got Jeremy. You got Jeremy of the Feltoning over here. And they caught this guy's ass watching. He's just he's on his actual stream. Saying, guys, I'm leaving Twitter. Scrolling Twitter.
Yeah, well, okay, so then we're off that. But I wanted to get to this.
He's just he's on fucking Twitter.
Clip too, which famously.
And he's covering it so you can't see what account he's using.
There's a certain level of wealth and accumulation that is unearned, right? You can't earn.
Is this woman?
I was watching this one too. So AOC, I don't agree with her on tons of shit. She's like, you can't earn $1 billion. And Jeremy's like, what do you mean, dude? Why don't you just pick yourself up by your bootstraps? He just kind of lingers on this for a while. And he's like, dude, why can't you just be the CEO of 5 Hour Energy, as if that's like an attainable thing that anyone could accomplish?
Is that the woman from that Chick's comedy show? I can't really remember.
Who watches this content, man? It is so boring.
He can't have earned it.
You can get market power. You can break rules. You can do all sorts of.
I've never watched a Jeremy stream until today, actually. Like, today was the day I tried this thing out, and I don't think I'll be returning.
Things. You can abuse labor laws.
Yep.
You can pay people less than what they're worth.
Yep.
But you can't.
How easy is it to earn $1 billion?
Earn that, right?
I don't know if I would hedge my bet on this argument.
That's right.
And so.
Why not? I don't understand. Why can't you earn that?
Because it's $1 billion. Not easily, yeah. Like, not remotely. You'd have a better chance at earning $1 billion by winning the lottery.
She wants to run for president. Well, half the people she, is going to take donations from are billionaires. How exactly how do they not earn that?
What? What are you even trying to say?
Very, very weird thing to say. And stuff like this is why I want her to run.
Drew reads like, it's like alt Hassan Piker. This is what it is, alt Hassan Piker. I think Hassan actually reads better than him, and Hassan coverage is absolutely terrible. Now Jeremy announced that he's moving the time of his show. He's trying anything right now to get this to stop, other than just apologizing, of course. Now he's going to be changing his podcast streaming time.
Hey, pretty important update real quick. I'm going to test changing our live stream hours. Right now we're live at 2 Eastern, and I'm going to keep up that 2 p.m. time slot for a little while. But I'm going to test out 9 a.m. Eastern, so 8 a.m. Central.
Dude, this guy's waking up early. I don't know what his time zone is.
Until 10 o'clock.
He's trying to move away from whatever time zone the Kiwi farmers are on.
I think that it will be more interesting to cover news and not be the...
Well, at least he's not going to hit any... There's nobody running at that time slot, so he's wide open, Because most people aren't, like, watching YouTube.
70th person to cover the news for the day. I think that it might work a little bit better for people's morning.
Yeah, it's like literally if I'm the first one here, I might be the first one to the daily bread,
Right to work. And it also, quite honestly,
he's central.
Will work better for my
Mahler.
My life, especially this summertime when I want to try to get healthy and try to get, focused.
I'm hearing right now that Jeremy's DMs are getting dropped. They're getting dropped harder than the shit that he took in the local Walmart. So as soon as we're done with this segment, I'm going to go I'm going to mosey my way on over to Camelot's stream. And I guess we're going to postpone the June segment another day.
More on
I'm going to mosey on over, fellas.
Positive things. And I was thinking about changing it to the afternoon. But I talked to my wife and prayed on it. And I've just been thinking...
I prayed to the Lord, and he told me that I'm supposed to stream at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dude, this is some fucking... Eric Kripke can't write a better line than this. Holy... The Lord spoke to me and told me, Jeremy, you've got to criticize AOC at exactly 9:53.
A lot about it, and I think I want to try 9 a.m. Eastern. So for this week, I'm still going to be live at 2 Eastern. But so hopefully we'll still have...
I prayed on
something
it.
For...
Dude, I used to pray for times like this.
The people in the 2 Eastern time slot that you like. And then The early morning show will be, some days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, will be lone.
Guys, you know what? I need to don a new robe for this one because I feel like you guys aren't taking my faith seriously. Okay, we are now the Pope again. We're going back to our. Okay, we're good. It was freezing up there. We're back to the Pope again, chat. We have to start taking over.
Wolf, just me, Tuesday, Thursday right now. Plan is to have Melanie Mac there, and then Hannah Claire will pop in too. And so it should be good. If you're up early, you can always watch it later, of course. But if you already watched Dan in that time slot, I understand.
Dude, he's already preemptively coping because he's got one other person operating in the same time slot. Do you know how fucking pathetic this is? He's already preemptively coping that he might lose some of his fake Rumble viewership.
But
dude, some of the bots might have to work overtime.
If you already watched Dan in that time slot, I understand this isn't a slight against Dan at all. It's just the 2 p.m. Eastern time slot is become tough to keep doing. Certain things have changed in my life. I don't want to get into all of it, but 9 a.m. Eastern, I think I'll be able to put a better show, fresher stories, fresher topics.
Dude, fresher stories by starting earlier with less prep time. Let's fucking go!
And then you can just watch it anytime you want. So
yeah, I'm seeing that, Chris. Don't worry, we're gonna get there.
So if you're free at 10, 11, 12, 1, you can just watch the show. And
dude, how does he talk for 2 minutes about nothing? Oh, Jay Hooft is from the Dickers drama, right? The Review Tech USA guy. Who the fuck wakes up and decides they want to waste 2 hours watching somebody with no talent? I don't understand. All right, we also saw this today. Now, Jeremy has actually disabled raids because some guy made a Rumble channel called Ren Fair Banned for Life. So Jeremy went out of his way to prevent this person from raiding their... I'm not even kidding you. I'm not even joking. He disabled raids on Rumble because the Ren Fair Banned for Life kept raiding into him. I was there. I saw this. As fucking God is my witness. This actually did occur this morning, so I had to update you on that one. Hannah Claire. You guys wondering where's Hannah Claire? We've heard from Melanie. Why have we not heard from Hannah? Apparently, Hannah Claire is taking time off to be with her baby. I mean, I think we all know what's happening here, but that's what Jeremy's official statement is. You guys notice he didn't go live today with Melanie. He didn't go live with Hannah. And his whole chat's like, you don't need all that estrogen. The show's better with one man.
I don't know why he won't say HCB is not here. Oh, HCB is just taking some time off. She's got a new baby.
Yeah, every co-host of my show has abandoned me. They've both taken time off for various reasons at once.
And the summertime news is slow. So, she didn't take some time off, and then we'll hit it full steam ahead.
Why is the news slow in the summer? Is there just no politics to grift on? Like, guys, there's no griftable subjects in the summer. I can't... Well, you know what? Actually, it was. I watched this guy for like 10 consecutive minutes talk about She-Hulk today. I don't know if you know this. That show sucked. It came out 4 fucking years ago. What is there to... He's like, the obviously terrible Daredevil camp. This show came out 4 fucking years ago, and he's reading an article about how it failed. We know.
Closer to when the midterms start. She's got her own channels to work on, too. She's got a young baby. Summer changes, childcare schedules, all that kind of stuff. So... I may change the time I stream.
Dude, she's taking fucking paternity leave right now.
To try and help accommodate. So we're working on that.
That's fucking crazy. All right, now I'm going to talk about this really quick. So we didn't get to cover this on the previous stream. It's a 6-minute short clip on Elisa Clips going over Friday Night Tights, giving a bit of advice as to what would occur if Chrissie Mayr were to try to, claw her way back to FNT. This was kind of like what is to be done with Chrissie Mayr moving forward right before she goes and does her absolute meltdown stream. We're going to review some stuff from that. And we're going to check out Gary's statement.
MDO 62 for 50. Butt pirates.
So this is probably way funnier in hindsight, knowing that Chrissie has absolutely annihilated her career.
Appreciate that you guys addressed this and did not pretend you have no idea what happened with Chrissie. I don't believe she didn't know.
That was her tactic, to be clear.
I don't think she belongs here anymore and would rather her spot be offered to Vera Dark, Savvy, or Steph. Well, not Savvy. No, just kidding. Look, Chrissie's going to make a statement on Sunday.
Okay, guys. Gary is ready for Chrissie's Sunday statement. All right. It might fix everything. It might not. Who knows?
And we'll watch that and see how it's going.
So I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Gary. It did not go particularly well.
It's something we had to talk about. Obviously, flagging's so important. It obviously got a lot of attention.
I would say
I'm not going to pretend to know every single thing that's inside someone's mind, and I'm not going to tell you I know exactly what she was thinking. But obviously, it's a big deal for us in the space.
Well, unfortunately, Ryan Kinnell from fucking RK Outpost, it's not a big thing for Chrissie Free Speech Mayr.
Flagging is not acceptable by anyone. Like false flagging is not acceptable.
No, and you have to, again, to repeat what Jeremy said yesterday, you have to acknowledge the chat. You have to respect the chat. The chat is king. And, it depends on the situation. Like I said earlier, if it's normal drama, whatever, I'm not
Thank you.
Best commentator of the year.
Thank you for the Judas super chat.
not going to get involved, and I'm not going to get super involved with this. I'm really irritated that I am involved in it. And
you got to feel bad for everybody here. Chrissie kind of forced all these people to take part in this drama. Every little domino that's fallen has literally made other people have to start answering, because you get the parasocials in there being like, address this now. Are you pro Jeremy? Why aren't you speaking up about it? I don't expect media YouTubers to discuss every little YouTube drama that pops up. I didn't like when I saw
Nicholas
TheQuartering
DeOrio.
getting the
I actually think
drama.
you're a pretty funny guy.
I wasn't expecting Mayr to release a public statement about this. But then when people like Chrissie go out and do really stupid shit, and she's tied with FNT and Nerdrotic's on here and all these guys, little fucking platoons on this platform, then all these guys now start to get the actual guilt by association. What Chrissie Mayr was constantly complaining about was the concept of guilt by association, something that wasn't being applied to her, but is being applied to her friends. Chrissie was rightly criticized, justifiably criticized, because she sat there and just swept up in the call and quote-unquote didn't do any research, lied about seeing Britney's messages, and the stuff that she was doing, she didn't have to bring it up at all. She chose to do it and was completely uninformed.
And the co-hosts are involved in it.
So the guilt by association affects Gary, not her.
When we didn't have anything to do with it. And this is fallout that comes from, well, ultimately, Jeremy Hambley, you know, and whatever detractors are out there or people covering the situation. I wouldn't even say detractors. That's a ESP thing. You have to.
I think for Jeremy, it actually fits.
Deal with it. It's something we all have to deal with, and it's fine. And people eventually get bored of you and move away. And it was made.
I just disabled bits for stream. That should stop them, I think.
So much worse. And then you just got to be aware you got to be aware of what's going on in this sphere. And it sucks.
All right, we got to weather this for a second, and then they will stop making the noise.
Sucks, but it's part of the gig. You know, it's the trade-off of having this really fucking cool gig of, you know, streaming and making videos, and the only reason we have this gig is because of you guys. So what's important is we have to be honest, and authenticity is the only thing that fucking matters. And when you,
I mean, again, I'm just listening to this right now from Nerdrotic, and I feel for him on this. I feel for him because the parasocials are in town, and they're going to start just asking a million fucking questions. And if you had something that you wanted to talk about that day, well, because Chrissie Mayr had to go and be a fucking retard, now you got to talk about. I clicked into Mayr and Drinker today, and I was listening to, I wanted to hear some Resident Evil, and I'm sure that's what they were talking about for most of the stream. But when I got in there, the first thing that I saw in chat was, what are the oranges for? And that's funny for me, because I'm like a drama YouTuber. But don't you think that's going to start getting annoying for them? Because they're just tangentially associated with somebody who's associated with somebody who's associated with somebody. It's like the whole chat's just like, yo, what are the oranges for? What are the oranges for?
You're false flagging when you say you're for free speech. That's antithetical to everything you said you believed, right?
Betrayal.
So, yeah, you know, and nobody comes out good. Ask Matt Jarbo how things worked out, you know?
Dude, and Matt Jarbo is going to do his fucking run. Like, he does his... He gets his second run in 1 year, where every time when somebody gets caught flagging, Matt's just like, haha, this was me 8 years ago. I am way better off now.
I guess...
Dude, Mueller never even found out what the oranges are for.
Eventually came around and apologized. I must have missed it, but people are saying he did, so there you go. But like once something like that happens, it is really hard, if not impossible, to come back.
Ooh, so Nerdrotic is just saying straight up here, it's going to be extremely difficult for Chrissie to work her way back. Well, chat, do you think she earned it? We're going to find out in a couple of minutes, but do you think she earned her ticket back?
That's just the way it is. You might not like it, but that's life. Life isn't fair. Watch the YouTube documentary, The Quartering 2 Decades of Grifting by June the King. I think a lot of people have.
It's a really good video.
Already.
Of which Jeremy refuses to let me finish by crashing out.
If you want Quartering deep dive, channels were struck down and livelihoods lost. That's what we have a problem with. That's exactly what we have.
All right, the jewels and gifts are good. We're good on that now.
Have a problem.
They're not playing a sound.
With. It's more than drama. Love y'all. There's been a lot of documentaries. And again, I had to go do my due diligence yesterday, and Ryan knows, I spent all day doing it. I spent all damn day doing it. And I saw...
Well, he was able to do that because his dad didn't die 3 years ago. That was the... I was told that if your dad died within the last 3 calendar years, research is just impossible. There's no way to navigate around it.
A lot of... there's a Mikey No More documentary as well.
Mikey No More has gotten fucked by this in particular. I think he lost a video in a channel. I'm sorry, a video in a stream.
And... yeah, it will educate you on
Thank you.
What's going on. And I think they are as unbiased as possible. You know, and like there's conjecture, and I'm not going to get in the personal stuff or any of the conjecture, but when you just when it's false flagging, and when it's for me, I mean, some people might not care about this.
I'll say it. There's a lot of stuff going on that you might not care about. Maybe you don't care about the relationship stuff. You're not into listening to all this shit about the Quartering's wife, but you can't move past the flagging. You can't move past the threats. You can't move past the, I'm going to contact the Kick CEO. That's the stuff that really matters here. All that other stuff is peripheral, and that might be really funny for you. But for the vast majority of people, the uniting issue on this is the mass flagging, for sure.
When it's
the culture he's created where videos keep going down even when Jeremy's not talking about them.
Stealing content,
he brought all of YouTube. He united the 7 kingdoms.
I have a problem with it, and it's no different than Otterly Noah situation.
So there's this creature named
Otterly Noah. You mean hold on? You mean Noah the Otter, right? Oh my god, dude. Gary with the mega pull right here. Holy shit.
Otterly Noah
yes!
The best
situation.
Of the year.
That
you think the left would be bull piling on Jeremy. This is the time to make money.
Reminder, if you're watching this for the Quartering and you weren't here for the intro, Otterly Noah, plagiarist, and person who convinced an artist to strike a fair use video. All right, copyright abuser has tried to rebrand as Noah the Otter to get away from it.
But Nick,
I'm not kidding you.
Which man is Jer gonna get on?
Thank you. He's attempted to rebrand to Noah the Otter, okay? If you're talking about the copyright abusing plagiarist and he's trying to skate away from it like a fucking good little otter, all right? Reminder, this is that guy. Do not let this little shitter get away with this, okay? Thank you. I appreciate the reference by Gary.
Fab just covered really well, by the way, Platoon. Those were some of my favorite. It's really fucking simple. Don't false flag.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
Don't false flag and don't steal. Yeah.
We'll sweep.
Yes.
Yes. It's really simple.
He rebranded again to the Ottering. That's funny. That'd be funny.
You know, if my kid does something fucking stupid, I'm going to protect my kid. I love my kid, but my kid ultimately has to fix the problem that he created in this scenario.
And Chrissie didn't. And let's find out exactly how Chrissie didn't right now as we review some of the logs. Nick, would you consider opioids? No.
Cruel world, happy mind. Mother Teresa herself would have actually, done the research that Chrissie didn't.
Probably. All right, so the first thing that I saw this morning when I logged into Twitter, which I don't know if this is this morning. Well, I saw this somewhere. This probably isn't the tweet that I saw it. Chrissie Mayr liked your reply. I can't believe that Brittany Ventney is attacking you on Mother's Day. Dude, this is absolutely fucking diabolical. Who saw this one? This one flew under the radar. Chrissie's out liking tweets again. She's just slapping down the keyboard. Oh, I'm a victim. I'm such a victim. Wasn't she claiming she wasn't a victim yesterday? Slimy motherfucker. Slimy motherfucker, am I right? Wow. And again, when I show people this stream, when I talk about people, when I talk about this stream with people, I point out in the beginning when she's like, I have to take care of my kid. I'm going to be a good mother. Being a mother is more important than researching for my fucking terrible show. But then, in the middle of the conversation, little Freudian clip moment comes out, and Chrissie becomes a little bit more confident in talking about her parenting.
She told you.
Thank you for the bribe.
Who just gifted a sub to Otterly Noah? That's demonic. All right, thank you.
She told you
before she had her on.
Into it, and one friend is saying, it's a nothing burger. It's like that cancels each other out. And then when in my tweet where I was like, what's going on with Jeremy? Everyone's like, he's a cuck. He's a cuck. It's like, I'm not interested in his love life. Okay. I think anybody can understand these are conflicting, confusing messages. And the friend I'm about to do a stream with is saying it's no big deal. So I'm kind of going to go.
Again, that is such a funny line of dialogue. So just for context on this one, she said she was given all the information like 2 weeks prior and she forgot it all. And then one friend came in and said, it's a nothing burger. So she just went with that. She had like all like the documented stuff explained to her in graphic detail, and the devil on her shoulder is like, nothing has happened here. It was the Senate or something. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. All right, let's just ignore this one.
Go with that because that is who I'm going to speak with. If that makes sense. Again.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. But if you're saying that
I knew everything I do now and like putting all the dots together, and I have spent so much time these last few days literally ignoring my toddler to the point where he's in tears.
Chrissie, I thought that you were being a good mother and that's why you couldn't do research. So now, the last couple of days, you've ignored your toddler to the point where they're in tears? Your 2-year-old toddler who you were forced to nurse on Mother's Day from apparently the Vale?
Like putting all the dots together, and
she just blurts out that she's just being a bad mother.
I spent so much time these last few days literally ignoring my toddler to the point where he's in tears.
Now, we knew she was a bad mother because she is refusing to vaccinate her child for polio.
And making a fucking fit. But mommy's got to get up in the quartering drama. So tough shit, watch Sesame Street. And that's what...
Tough shit, watch Sesame Street. That's a good mother. That's what a good mother does. Yeah. And again, I'm going to point this one out till the cows come home. Chrissie goes on for 2 hours, straight up lies about how she didn't want to talk about the quartering with Melanie Mack after revealing, literally in the same fucking show, that there was a scripted question that she was going to read regardless.
I did not want to ask Melanie about the Jeremy drama because I didn't think she had anything to do with it. It's funny because on my screen here, I have my questions from my interview with Melanie Mack. And one of them was, you addressed the quartering drama back in April. Now that some time has passed, how do you feel about it now?
Yeah, Chrissie, yeah. Well, that's a great fucking point, Chrissie. I appreciate you being very honest about that for 2 fucking hours. Now, here's all of PPP's tweets last night that we didn't get to cover because we were watching it live and we weren't seeing it. So this is all happening while Chrissie is being Neo in the Matrix, dodging bullets, but all the bullets are connecting. PPP says, this Chrissie stream is the worst response possible. Lie after lie. Crocodile tears hiding behind her child and father's death. This is shameful. Admit you lied and swept for your friend. Stop making excuses. Cry, bitch, cry. So that popped up there. Imagine you get murdered and your legacy is your daughter using your death to defend a cuckold. Grim. He followed that up with Chrissie's now using cherry-picked super chats to argue, points to that she's too scared to make. This whole thing is so bad faith, so disingenuous. These women are unfortunately too nice to do what needs to be done. Bring me on now, Chrissie. And it's just... And of course she wouldn't do that. Now, why wouldn't Chrissie bring on PPP? Does anybody here know why? Why would Chrissie not want PPP on the stream? Chrissie's a lying liar, and it's obvious. Brittany needs to actually call this what it is. It's just insane. The idea that everyone in the super chats is just calling Jura cuck is bullshit. The DMs with Josh were brought up and that Chrissie literally had seen them on stream, and she pretended she never saw it. This is fucking insane. Yeah, but why would, I mean, is it because Andy and PPP are banned from YouTube? It can't be it. An editor is banned from YouTube. Andy's banned from YouTube. What if PPP was banned from YouTube? Chrissie, if you really believe I should have a platform, send me the link right now. The lies that you're telling are absolutely unacceptable and insulting to everyone's intelligence. Well, Ethan Ralph pointed something out that's fairly interesting. When I roasted Chrissie Mayr in 2022, way ahead of the curve, I was on her channel. I was banned from YouTube in 2018. Last night, Chrissie claimed that she couldn't have people on who were banned. She is a liar. So she initially says, I'll plan something out and bring the Kino Casino boys on. And then after like 20 minutes, she's like, I can't have them on. They're banned. Because... well, TheQuartering, right? Oh, how convenient, Chrissie. Then why did you bring on Ethan Ralph to have a full conversation with him back in 2022? That went really well for you back then. That comment went really well for you. You made a lot of money back then off of the banned YouTuber Ethan Ralph. So what's the big idea? Why can't you chat with PPP? Why can't you chat with Andy Worski? And then PPP followed that up with, Chrissie continues to duck me and gaslight everyone. It's so fucking disgusting and shameful. The constant lying and real-time retcons and revisionism. She has refused to bring me on despite saying that I need a platform. I am going to crucify her. By the way, if she doesn't bring me on tonight, she'll have to come on the casino because her platform is clearly a rigged game and she doesn't deserve another fucking dime, which I agree with, actually. And then that's when PPP and Andy Worski came on and shot this fucking promo. And this is, again, they're in rare form on this one.
Oh, buddy! It just keeps happening! It's the Jer-apocalypse! It's the crucifixion of that Chrissie Mayr! Blood for the blood gods! The conquest is now! Yes! There will be no...
Can you believe that they did a stream and they're like, Jeremy's got ties to this weird organization and Jeremy's got a bowl that's like, the Jew bowl is in his house. And that was like Little Domino. Now, Big Domino is just this fucking screaming intro before Chrissie Mayr's career is like completely sent off to pasture.
Driven through their hands and on their feet, and they will asphyxiate on their own blood. It's time
Allegedly,
for
in our
them
opinion.
Dude, the entire quartering empire was torn down by his fucking bull.
to suffer.
The sky bull for the sky gods.
Bitch, it's time for them then to suffer hell, bitch. The quartering has completely melted down and lost it all, deleting his Twitter. We're scalping grabbing this motherfucker and take.
Would you consider?
Thank
opioids?
you.
No. I don't know if I can
Nick,
do that.
You need to scream like guy on left. Hype us up.
That's what I need, bro. I need an electric triangle.
Bankruptcy imminent.
Bankruptcy imminent.
Imagine the 5-hour documentary. If I'm June the King, I'm reeling it back right now, and I'm just writing shit down for next year's script, for next year's VidCon script.
It's imminent, Jack! The repo crews are coming for the Cybertruck, buddy. The IRS auditors are coming for the Rolex watch.
Dude, it's so performative, too, that he drives a fucking Cybertruck. Listen, that car fucking sucks. That is the most overpriced, depreciating shitbox. It's literally a Model Y stuffed inside of a giant piece of fucking aluminum.
Jeez, buddy.
I drive a Tesla. I am an electrocock, okay? The Cybertruck fucking sucks.
It all began when the quartering, the Ren Fair creeper on the run, was banned from the Renaissance Fair.
Dude, that is funny as fuck. So yeah, they're popping off right now. I want to point out Little Platoon's comment. Men doing drama, you're a gay retarded cuck. Here's the leaked DMs to prove it. Debate me, bro. Women doing drama. I was having a bad day. Life is hard. Stop bullying me. Oh, a super chat. Your evil guests are mean to you. Thank you for the $5. Anyway, marriage, Jesus, and babies. And then I wrote, that's valid. I'll take the L. I'm sorry you feel that way. The most important thing is that these guys get their platforms back. They're asking to come on. Will you give them a platform? No, not tonight. I have to go. My head hurts. I'm tired. I apologize you feel that way. I feel like I should have explained everything, so why are you asking questions? My mom used to do this a lot. As much as I love her, there's a reason I moved out at 14. Jesus. Holy fuck, dude. Yeah, Platoon pops off. Platoon pops the fuck off. Mikey Nomura goes, Jeremy became a major lolcow for like 2 months. One big doc made on him, and he immediately rage quit everything. And DSP's like, I will never quit! I'm not ready for retirement! I will leave on my own choosing! I will let other people decide what they say about me, or do to me, or dictate my destiny! This is why! Oh, like, yo, wow, okay, dude. Dude, DSP just came in and he's like, whoa, buddy! Dude, he fucking just came in and Chad fucking slammed down. He slammed down his DS penis on the table and just told him what's good, bro. That's... We're making DSP sound pathetic. We're not making him sound pathetic with that. I'm sorry, dude. I don't know why I was thinking that I'm always the betrayer. I'm always the double crosser. I'm always the freaking scumbag video that I showed yesterday. I just pictured DSP like fucking AI overlaid on top of that, screaming about how his career will never end. Doing a fucking wrestling show. Hebrews. And then Tactical Templar is just like, I have never seen any content from Chrissie Mayr before tonight. Actually, wait, hold on. I have to do this one. I got this. I'm going to do the Tactical Templar. I had never seen any content from Chrissie Mayr before tonight. Going solely based on her performance tonight, my conclusion is that she is someone who refuses to take accountability. Is clueless, is bad at her job. She used her father and child as a shield to avoid responsibility. And she should not be taken seriously moving forward. That is all. Okay, he's 100% right, to be clear. We joke, but he's right on this one. Okay. Dude, Tactical Vader is right on this one. All right, so Gary came back and updated us all on how he thought the Chrissie stream went. Nerdrotic uploaded this in the stream today, 5 hours ago.
Let's talk about last night, shall we? Yeah. I don't think it's a secret that I don't like interpersonal YouTuber drama.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm thinking he didn't like it. What are we thinking, guys? What is our review of this one? I'm thinking he might not have enjoyed her stream. There's a bit of a somber undertone in Gary's initial fucking stuff.
Not a fan. I've talked about this multiple times. Now, it doesn't mean I'm above it. There's other channels that do it.
Yeah, there are people who do not like putting their friends down like a dog.
And do it well. I talk about Hollywood. That's what I do. I'm about as interested in drama as PPP from the Kino Casino is interested in watching some old guy in front of a bunch of toys talk about the latest Marvel movie. That's about how interested I am in all of this.
And it's so interesting how many different communities have come together to condemn this guy. Dude, when is the woodworking community going to comment on the Quartering's flagging spree?
So, and listen,
I haven't heard from the scented candle review community.
Or I don't know. I don't know the percentage, are not even going to know what the hell I'm talking about. And you are so much better off. But, you know, part of the gig, part of what we have to do here on YouTube is
Nick
thank
started
you.
insulting me viciously on Twitter.
Attention, you know, be terminally online. I love this job. I fucking love this job.
Here's the thing. I don't think you have to be terminally online. I think that you shouldn't dive in and confidently speak on stuff that you just do not understand. There was a way that she could have had that entire stream and not addressed anything if she was just open and honest about it. The issue is not that she had Melanie Mac on. If she didn't talk about it at all and gave like a reason as to why, it would be more defendable. It's the fact that she just blindly like nodded her head and uncritically boosted every lie that was being told on her platform for a question that she should never have asked to begin with, that she prepared ahead of time without doing any research for. She walked into a huge rake and then decided to lie about it for 2 hours straight when she was confronted.
This is the greatest job in the world. So it is no problem for me to be constantly checking on things, see what's going on. And, you know, usually I'm all, that's crazy. That sucks. But then sometimes, you know, I've made this analogy before. When I was in prison, you know, nobody wants to fight, right? So you do your best to avoid a fight. But when you are locked up with a bunch of fucking bad people,
sometimes you're going to have to
avoid a fight all you want. But eventually it's going to come to you. And what you have to do is fight. You do. You have no choice at that point. And that's kind of what's happened with the drama that was brought to the
You didn't know? Yeah, Gary was in prison.
Or of FNT. And we, you know, I made my statement on Friday. We made our statements. There's a lot has happened. I have never seen anything like this. With the Quartering drama, with Kino Casino, and they had a channel struck down, their Clips channel, that where their editor made all the money from it, so it wasn't really their channel. And by the way, that's how.
Yeah, they fucked over an entirely separate individual that wasn't Andy or PPP, who got caught in the crossfire of the Quartering Great Flagging War.
Clip channels work, and I think it's great. I think it's great. And I'm not going to get into any personal stuff. At all. Like no personal stuff with Jeremy Hambley or anything. Fact of the matter is.
And people were saying they didn't like Gary's response because he wasn't detailed enough about all this. Like that's not his job. That's the point.
Thank you for the $5.
I have no problem. He's addressing exactly what he has to do and then nothing else.
That false flagging happened. It was admitted to very recently in a bearing tweet from the Quartering. So whatever plausible deniability is gone, is absolutely gone. That is gone.
100%.
And then there's the issue of content theft.
It's not. It is just content theft. It's flat out content theft. Everything that he's doing on his Shorts channel is just content theft on like a mass scale. It's not like he stole one video. This guy's entire Shorts channel is just ripping content.
I think if you present yourself as a free speech warrior, and certainly if you want to be authentic and honest, it's counterintuitive to steal. If you're going to claim, and bless you if you've converted to Catholicism or religion, which I'm not in any organized religion. I am aware of the commandments, and there's two. I think it's 8 and 9. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat.
And it seems like all these guys who became Catholic like 3 weeks ago seem to be violating a lot of these. Isn't that interesting, guys? All these born-again Christian converts from like the last 3 weeks are all they're kind of not really abiding by these brand new things that they've decided to plunge their way into.
Shall not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
And you can go, oh, why are we invoking religion here? It's because that's what the grifters use to survive. This is the language you have to talk to get like an absolute drone out of the gutter so they stop supporting Jeremy.
Oh, they're in the top 10. They're pretty important. Sent down from God.
It's unfortunate, but the like profoundly religious sometimes put blinders on because they think, oh, well, I'm out here doing this for the right reasons. And I assume other followers of Jesus, other followers of God are also doing things for the right reasons. And they're just not. They're just not. They're using you. They're using things that you take seriously and they're spitting in your face. And sometimes you have to pull those people aside and be like, listen, these people don't have your best interest at heart. They don't have the best interest of your religion at heart. And they're using you. They're using you to accomplish their goals.
Sent down from God. Don't steal. Don't lie. That's it. It's pretty simple. And this doesn't have to be a hard gig if you're honest. Now, I get called a liar all the time. But I'm not here to change the world. I'm just here to give my opinion on stuff.
I really like you.
If people don't like it, they're free to not like it. They're free to make videos about it. They're free to make videos calling me the worst things imaginable. That's fine. That's fine. I feel bad for Chrissie. I do. She stepped into a bad situation, and let's just keep it real.
She had her sink or swim moment. You know what she did? You know what she did? Fisk told them to dude, Fisk called it in and they just sank the whole boat. That's what happened. She sank the whole boat. That was it.
Got worse last night.
All the guns are on the bottom of the Hudson River right now.
It got a lot worse. It could have been handled a lot better.
She strapped an anchor to herself and threw it off the side of the fucking boat. Can I say something to you, Nick? I really like you.
What I said Friday, I stand by, and that's a lot of what I said to Chrissie in our phone call. I'm not going to give you all the details. I'm not going to pile on Chrissie.
Can you imagine how many people, this is something that I need to put this in your head. You got to be thinking about this. How many people called Chrissie in between the 8th and the 11th? She did her stream on the 10th. No how many people called and explained to her exactly how to get out of it?
KFC in Yemen!
Just finished the June video.
Thank you!
I always thought quartering was a waste of space, but it is insane just how much this man embodies the concept of white noise. On a side note, if you want traumatized chat, pull up the clip of the Walmart story.
Oh, yeah. The thing is, with Chrissie Mayr, there were people who weren't incentivized to watch her career explode. I guarantee this person... I mean, there were people absolutely in her, not in her corner necessarily, but giving her all the tools she needed to succeed. So when she went live last night and did none of those things, when she went live last night and set herself ablaze in front of the entire audience and then got mauled by Brittany Venti, I mean, at that point, like, who's there to blame? Who is to blame? People were willing to talk to her privately. Gary's not airing it out right now publicly, even after she went and did all that stuff. She had friends, man. She had friends.
But it was a disaster. It was a disaster of epic proportions. So, and it's not one.
It was a legendary internet moment. It was so bad. People will be talking about that stream for years.
It's going to end. I don't know if she's doing another stream tonight to make up for this.
If she actually fires up another stream tonight to read super chats, I will explode. She was threatening to do that. I didn't even conceive of a possibility that she was going to fire up a stream and just read self-immolation super chats.
Super chats that weren't read. And again, I don't like drama. I don't like it coming my door. I don't like distractions at all, particularly to what I'm doing on my channel. And I don't want my co-host dragged into this. And we are. and it has to be acknowledged. But one thing I tried to do is mitigate it, because ultimately it ain't my problem. It's not Jeremy's problem. It's not Ryan's problem. But yeah,
I imagine people who are friends with her, people who work with her, didn't want to see this go down this way. It was obviously, now we know it was unavoidable, but I imagine this was kind of a stressful thing.
I don't know.
There's this creature named
thank you.
Nicholas DeOrio. He has this segment called The Ultimate Rape Reviews.
As a cradle Catholic, the loudest and proudest converts end up abandoning the faith in 5 years for another shiny religion.
Oh my
They also
God.
only show up during Easter and Christmas
My
masses,
God,
acting
dude.
holier than thou.
I'm sorry. Somebody in the chat just wrote, "Hey Nick, I used to run a wood carving channel 5 years ago. I condemn Jeremy Hambly and fucking Chrissie Mayr." I'm done.
What the path forward is.
The woodworking community has spoken. They have condemned. They have condemned
Chrissie. I haven't talked to Chrissie yet. I probably will. No, this is not. This is a Kobayashi Maru of YouTube. There's no good decision in this. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
That's all you can do.
As far as it's really important. Really important. And we've seen it time and time again. You have to be honest with the audience. And if the audience doesn't feel like, and I am part of that audience, right? My fellow members of the audience. If the audience doesn't feel like they're getting the truth, they will bail.
Okay. I don't know if I'm putting words in his mouth here. It sounds like he feels like he was personally lied to by Chrissie Mayr. I need to hear that back, but that's the way that I read what he just said.
And I am part of that audience.
So if the audience feels like they were lied to, I am part of the audience.
And if the audience doesn't feel like, and I am part of that audience, right? My fellow members of the audience. If the audience doesn't feel like they're getting the truth, they will bail. They will bail. And there's one thing, if it's petty drama, I saw that talked about a lot.
Yeah, it's just not petty. This is significant.
This is about false flagging, and it's not about who you had on as a guest, or that particular guest.
Yeah, it's not guilt by association. That's not why people are mad.
And ultimately,
I think he's saying he doesn't believe her.
I actually think you're a pretty funny guy.
That could be it.
Authenticity is all we have. It's all we have. So, it doesn't matter what I want to hear, right? It matters what the audience wants to hear. And, if you don't feel like you need to apologize, then don't. But,
honestly, I see what Gary's doing here. Gary's saying, look, there was no apology in that stream. That was an explanation. It was kind of set up to be like a, oh, I'm sorry stream. I don't know if you also did what I did, but I went back and watched her first brief response in a previous show that she did. And it was honestly better than the response she gave when she actually sat down to do it. It was not an apology. So that's another thing to add to the list of criticism, is that she wasn't even really sorry.
It's not anything.
She was sorry that you felt that way. She was sorry that you, the audience member, were wrong. She was sorry that, you have misinterpreted all of her obviously correct statements. It's fucking patronizing. It's fucking mean girl shit.
I'm asking for sure. But it might be owed to other people, because I think in Chrissie's closer friend circle, it looks like they're feeling pretty lied to right now. So again, this ain't my fucking wheelhouse at all. And I hope it turns out great for everybody. It just doesn't look like we're heading down that road at all at this point, because again, you can't disrespect the audience. We talked about it before. If it's one, there's always somebody in the chat, and God bless them. If you're here, you're here. That's fine. Saying some shit, and you go, all right, yeah, I suck. Thank you. But then if it's 90%, it's 99% of the chat, just acknowledge it, right?
I actually disagree. I totally disagree here. I don't know what they do over on that side of the internet, but when I go on EFAP, they don't just sit there and read every super chat while the show is currently going on. I fundamentally think like Chrissie Mayr's entire policy of just read every fucking super chat, brigade your fucking guest, destroy the flow of the stream. I just think that entire thing is extremely stupid. It's like, don't disrespect your audience. It's like, dude, don't have the audience interrupt the show. The show must go on, not the chat. They can talk on their own time. We could sit for an hour after I'm done streaming and I can read every super chat, but like not in the middle of the why are you sacrificing why are you sacrificing your interview with somebody, the flow of your interview with somebody, to read Glup Shitto's fucking $2 donation?
Acknowledge it. And I'm sure it felt...
Gary isn't saying that. Well, no, this is kind of saying like you're reading something and you're like, he gives an example here.
Yeah, I suck. Thank you. But then if it's 90%, it's 99% of the chat, just acknowledge it, right?
I wouldn't acknowledge it at all. I would do my show, and at the end of my show, that's when I would acknowledge it.
Acknowledge it. And I'm sure it felt horrible, and she felt steamrolled.
Like, do you want to stop the show and be like, I need to acknowledge my chat right now?
Because
that was her problem. Her problem was she started off by asking a softball question to Melanie Mack that she prepared ahead of time, and she was acting very agreeable. Her first issue was asking that question at all if she wasn't like really understanding what like was actually happening. Her second issue after that point, though, if she didn't really know all the information. Now, obviously, new information while I'm streaming has come out that even more solidifies that that's not the case, but we're operating with the knowledge we had going in. Her issue there, her second issue, was that she was now taking donations, and instead of just ignoring the donations and doing the interview that she had scheduled with her pre-written questions, she's allowing the chat to hijack the interview. And not only are they hijacking the interview, she's throwing preemptive defenses to Melanie and spitting in the chat's face. If you don't know what you're talking about, if you're not knowledgeable on what you're talking about, why are you reading these messages of people insulting you and you insulting them back? Because you're wrong. Why not just handle it all at the end and go on and talk about the shit you're there for? If you really wanted to talk about religion and your conversion to Christianity, why didn't you say, hey, I'm not really sure what's going on here. I understand the chat's sending a lot of super chats. That's not why we're here. And then actually talk about what you're fucking there to talk about. But instead, she did this middle ground thing, this half measure, where she got mowed down for 40 minutes straight.
Gary and others on FNT deal with this way better than Anthony Granola Bar did with Noah. It's clear that they are friends with Chrissie, but know what she did is wrong.
If 99% of the messages were something your chat thought you were unaware of, it would turn your head to acknowledge it, I imagine. She did turn her head, though. Yeah, I agree with you. She turned her head, but then she turned her head and acted like she was better than those people and spit in their face. I understand that point. But she never should have gotten there. She should have been talking about what she showed up to talk about. She should have just talked about religion. She should have talked about her conversion. She shouldn't have sat there and just played in the poo for 50 minutes straight and then played victim about how everyone was being mean to her because she kept playing in the poo. You got to stick to what you know, you know? Yeah, she literally had a script, went off the script, and complained that she didn't know what was happening.
Not a good situation to be in, particularly when you're not prepared for it. But then there's just coming clean, right? So
yeah, she was literally on the floor of Walmart swimming through fucking Jeremy's diarrhea for no reason.
I don't want to say too much more before I talk to Chrissie, but and I eventually will, but I haven't got a text or a phone call yet. But she doesn't owe me that.
I mean, she kind of does. She kind of does owe you a phone call. Maybe not like immediately, but as far as FNT is concerned, I mean, I would kind of, I'd give you a call.
But, yeah. So starting out, saying,
I mean, in relation to what Gary's saying, mainly when everyone is saying something like, yo, new Spider-Man trailer dropped, and you end up going, I know, chat. Yeah, I know what you mean.
You feel bullied into something. That's going to turn a lot of people off immediately afterwards.
Yeah, that's a immediate disarming. Guys, I was bullied into this. Oh, okay. So everything you're saying is entirely like not your opinion, and you're doing it to like financially get out of this. Gotcha.
Right. And they're just not going to really buy into what you're going to say after that. And that it wasn't the case. I don't know who she felt bullied by, but we'll find out.
Yeah, she felt bullied by the online criticism. I'll answer that for you. When people were criticizing her online, she equated that to bullying because she didn't want to be bothered. That's what happened.
No, but ultimately, if you're going to be online, you got to kind of know what's going on.
Nicholas, the GOAT. Thank you for
her thumbnail title was Strike One. Strike One on her video was the obnoxious intro that she put on, like her Simpcast intro, and her thinking she could do a regular show after that, whatever that was.
You got to do your research as far as topics. That's very important.
I think he's wondering if she got bullied by FNT. I guess that's like an interesting angle to take it as well. Could you imagine if she only responded because FNT wouldn't have her on that day? Again, that's even more pathetic. If Friday Night Tights talking about it made her feel bullied into talking about it, that's even worse for her.
That we talk about on FNT, and it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time to do that. And then you have to tell the truth. And if you are telling the truth, well, then the truth is on your side. The truth is on your side. But nobody's trying to force Chrissie to do anything she doesn't want to do.
Yeah, she seems perfectly she's perfectly okay with setting herself on fire anyway.
I'm seeing a lot of suggestions for FNT. But also, listen, I get it.
Dude, Gary did her a favor. I don't want to hear this fucking bullying narrative. All right. If she showed up to work that day, she would have gotten obliterated by an army of fucking people. And it wouldn't have been the chat. It would have been her peers. It would have been fucking 10 people in a phone call grilling the shit out of her. That's not, dude. It's a mercy thing that happened to her. I don't, she lost her job or whatever, was what Jeremy was saying. Oh no, she didn't lose her job. She was asked not to show up for one episode. If she attended that fucking stream, it would have been worse than Britney. It would have been a mauling.
If you are, again, steamrolled and you're like, oh my God, all this shit
wasn't any malice that happened there. Gary did her a favor.
Happened. I was not expecting it. And no,
Nicholas DeOrio streamed about this last night. And after watching Nick's stream, I'm kind of fucking black-pilled on this shit.
It drives how evil this is, seeing all these people have to put their former friends down. It's like how Sigmar Heldenhammer had to defeat his best friend.
Oh my God, it's the fucking Warhammer guy!
Playable in Total War Warhammer 3.
Dude, imagine if fucking Brittany was there, Brittany Ventney was there, and Platoon. Imagine if Brittany was there, Gary was there, Platoon was there. Dude, yeah, okay, yeah, all right.
To do this particular stream, that's fine. The next day, I would come out. And
that would be way better. I'm sure she would have handled that way better.
Listen, I got steamrolled. The next day.
To be clear, I don't believe that they bullied. They didn't.
Shit, looked into this stuff.
But I'm just telling you, if she went on the show and didn't get kicked off for the day or whatever, it would have been worse. It would have been way worse.
Ooh, that's bad. Holy crap. But, ultimately.
You know what it would have been? It would have been the actual Boulder stream. It would have been the actual kill stream where like fucking Keemstar showed up halfway through.
If a channel gets false flagged, you can expect them to go to war. You can absolutely,
of course,
expect them to go to war. And the worst thing is this isn't petty drama when it comes to false flag. It is like I said before, it's like snitching in prison, and you just fucking can't do it. And it started a wave of it now that isn't stopping anytime soon. And when you go out on Twitter and you start stirring it up and making it worse, and then you say, for example, start calling.
Guys, we're 10 days away from The Mandalorian and Grogu. You're fucking with these guys on their movie channels. What are you doing? There's a new trailer today with fucking Jabba the Hutt and fucking Pedro Pascal, and nobody's talking about it. They're talking about fucking this.
me and SJW.
It's a Mandalorian year.
Like, even that term is gay.
7 years since Star Wars has been in theaters. What are they talking about on Friday Night Tights? They're talking about the flagging.
Oh, and then you delete your Twitter account and you delete a bunch of videos and you piss off Bering, and Bering goes out.
And then Bering has to go out and dump all your DMs.
And bodies you. Absolutely.
Annihilation. Total annihilation.
Bodied him yesterday, which, I hate drama too. At that point, I would just say maybe the internet isn't for me.
Wow. Holy shit. Gary just sent the equivalent of a fucking, of a low tier god meme. Yeah, Chrissie, I think, maybe you should, delete your channel now. Okay, yeah, maybe you should just get off the entire... Dude, maybe FNT isn't the final stop. Maybe
Nick
you should just get off the internet. Wow.
It's a brutal place. You got to have a mindset. You got to have a mindset. You got to have a mindset for this place. You do. That's it. And also knowing how to choose your battles, right? And that's part of being an adult. But, Chrissie's a grown up, and she will find her way out of this. And we'll see what's going to happen. I mean, it's still pretty fresh from last night.
But by her way out of this, does that mean become the new co-host to replace whatever the fuck her name is, the other one who's on a baby break?
And listen, like I said, this isn't my wheelhouse, and it's not stuff I normally talk about or will talk about in the future.
All right, I think that's enough. But yeah, this is Nerdrotic's clip here. Chrissie is sorry that you feel that way. Christian LARPers getting felted by the 10 Commandments is a rough one, buddy. Gary's got that I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed dad vibe. Chrissie did everything but actually accept any responsibility and apologize. Chrissie is a known false flagger. I'm not familiar with that, so I'm not going to stake that claim. Kino Casino is making a Game of Thrones moves. I hope the casino exposes Chrissie's flagging history. That would be funny to see what she's actually had on her repertoire. Can we have a cherry cam on every segment from now on? All right, guys, we covered the Gary stuff. That's the update for Chrissie Mayr. Now, we've apparently got a big update from Jeremy TheQuartering, because on the stream tonight, while we've been live this entire time, you've been neglected from new knowledge, and I have as well. Like last night, when I'm going to prepare to watch more June the King, I have been alerted that a thing is happening right now on the Camelot live stream. So we're going to be checking out the boy Camelot for a minute, because wowzers. I'm hearing a thing is occurring. Now, the last time I saw this Camelot background, right? Last time this Camelot background was shown to me, it was when Carl Jobs was delivering the speech that got read by the judge in court. So it was a, I don't know how it works. I have mixed feelings about this backdrop, but apparently all the DMs started shugging down with this person here, Sydney Watson, who has decided to just start dumping, to just start obliterating Jeremy. So we're going to check these out right here. Camelot is dropping these right now over on his channel. Support him, subscribe, like I just did of my own volition. And we're going to take a look at these together right now.
Or than just being on X, which he never left anyway. He deleted X.
Now, keep in mind, everyone, Ethan Ralph was guessing that TheQuartering didn't leave social media because, well, I need to have a social media detox. They thought that he left because Bering dumped his DMs, and that would lead to a bunch of more drunken ramblings getting revealed. Now, Dr. Sydney Watson over here is kind of proving that right, if what I've been told is accurate.
He said he's taking a break from X, but he's been on it all day on his stream scrolling, so he's not actually taking a break. So she liked my tweet about that.
Uh-oh.
I was like, oh, wow, Sydney. I haven't talked to Sydney in a while, And I was like, you know what? Let me ask her something. So I messaged her. And Sydney has always been super, super cool with me. So she replied. So here's what I said. I know this is likely a wild inquiry, but if you ever want to pop on my show for 30 minutes or something in the future to give your take on this quartering mess, you're welcome and invited. And shockingly enough, she immediately responded. She says, the reason I'm not okay, hold on. This is not the...
Wait, what? Wait, what was that?
Responded. She says,
the reason I'm not going to Whoa!
I mean, it doesn't, to be fair, it's not a big deal, but just to have my bases covered. To be honest, it probably wouldn't mean anything.
Bro, did you not scope these out?
I just saw Kef.
Oh, okay. There's a thing in there that got censored. Got it.
I didn't show anything, but anyways. There we go.
All right. So he was smart.
Oh, all right.
But you should have did that ahead of time. That was a bad idea.
So she said she didn't want to come on the show for a certain reason. And it's because the quartering has threatened her directly with something.
That's fucking insane.
Okay. And the other
is there any... I assume there's some kind of evidence with these.
There's another person involved. There's multiple people involved.
I mean, my brain is going to something right now, and I don't know.
That have threatened her with something. Okay. So she didn't want to do it. Now, this changes pretty quickly. I'm going to be honest. And we start getting pretty much in the nitty gritty. Okay. All right. Okay, let's do this. Okay. I actually have a better plan to do this on the fly that's not going to take forever. And actually, I can do it instantly if I just do it this way. Okay. Oh, okay, it worked. Cool.
Okay, so here are the updated messages. I'm being told that there's background info on here. PPP just tweeted out, we can't blame Sydney, folks, even though I'm mad she's clearly been compromised by Jeremy's threats and blackmail. She is a woman scared for her own safety and family because of the quartering's intimidation and threats. It's Jeremy Hambley that's to blame. We must stand against him and his intimidation and blackmail. He's a monster. I don't know if that really provided... I don't know if that provided much in particular, but when we see some evidence here, I'll navigate through it.
Well, all right. Here we go. I said, of course, that's what I imagined. I kind of got the vibe there was a bad falling out because, she alluded to that immediately from the
dude, feminist icon, TheQuartering, yes.
Beginning. She says, yes, I fucking hate him, which I was like, oh, damn. He literally could have made me less of an enemy if he just shut his fat fucking face when
Uh-oh. Jeremy has appeared to have made an enemy. Dude, the threatening.
Damn. But he could not help himself. I said, I figured I would ask. I have to zoom in a lot, guys. So it's I have to keep pulling up the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one. And information.
Let's see. I'm going to jump to the next message. You're right about that. As somebody right in the middle of this stuff, Jeremy has little to no recourse, so no one believes anything he says anymore. But you're right. Better safe than sorry. He called...
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you for the $5.
He called my buddies on the phone, another streamer, and told them that he was broke and being forced to stream because of Rumble. My buddy said that he was incredibly drunk and could barely make out the words, implying that he was going bankrupt. That's a clip that we've shown last time. So now, Camelot goes down and says, he's such a liar. He used to call me drunk too, saying all sorts of shit. It got to the point where I had to record our calls because he'd say all this crap and immediately walk it back the next day. I'm going to need to hear some of those, please. And I felt like I was going insane. Working with him felt like constantly being gaslit. The funny thing is, when he approached me to work/stream together, I told him that I wouldn't work with another alcoholic, and if he wanted to team up, he had to be sober. He agreed, and it quickly fell apart. So Dr. Sidney Watson said that alcohol has driven a wedge between them. I think he's trying to garner sympathy or something. He's such a strange dude. He has claimed he's going to expose me when he's crashing out on X and then walks it back the next day. So that lines up with what you're saying when I actually covered that. So I think that Camelot is telling the truth on that regard. Yeah, he gets drunk and talks insane shit, then sobers up and realizes it's a bad idea. Anyone could agree with this just by looking at his Twitter. That's exactly how he fucked around and found out with both Bearing and Count Dankula as recently as yesterday.
Life makes better.
Oh my god, I saw that. Well, maybe he shouldn't be a fucking predator. Okay, dude. I'm gonna need to see some screenshots. That's a pretty harsh allegation to levy, unless this is about like the Ren Fair stuff. Problem is, if I say anything, his entire house of cards comes down. It's not really a problem, particularly.
She said, "Oh my god."
Because I know some shit about his personal life that makes everything make sense. And because I'm not sure how I feel about publicly exposing that, I've said nothing. So this tells me, no, that's not the Ren Fair. She's making an actual allegation. So that's a big word being used there. I guess I'm not a real dude. No, they don't. What the fuck? It makes me angry.
Normal people, the Ren Fair behavior was completely normal.
Okay, so this is the Ren Fair.
All right. I know I'm having to work my way through these. Okay. Right here, I said he told me that normal people, the Ren Fair behavior was completely normal, and normal guys basically walk around filming women.
Yeah, very creepy, degenerate behavior.
I said, I guess I'm not a real dude. She says, no, they don't. What the fuck? And then she sparks out. This is something City does a lot, which I really enjoy. She just spams the keyboard. I'm actually
up front. Actually, the one thing I do want on record is, despite the lies that Jeremy's told, I was the only person who never got paid a single cent when Publica was happening. Jeremy might have fronted the entire thing financially, but every dollar went to him. I don't know what that is. And when I asked to see the books, he'd give me a runaround, or when I asked if I could buy him out, he kept insisting I give him 100,000 or 200,000. He'd pull these random numbers.
Insisting I give him 100 or 200
of his ass. Okay. He describes it as you getting $250,000 and then betraying him. What a fuckface. This is insane and never happened.
$1 million and then betraying him. What a fuckface.
Publica is the website TheQuartering and Sydney started together. Got
it. That is insane.
Thank you for getting me caught up.
Insane and never happened. All right.
So there's this creature named Nicholas DeOrio. He has this segment called The Ultimate
Thank
Rape
you.
Reviews.
You're welcome to legit read out what I said to you. I don't know if I want to talk myself between.
So what is this here? You're welcome to read out what I just said. I don't know if I want to talk myself between Elijah... And obviously, she does come on, so she does read this out herself, to be clear. Between Elijah Schaefer and all this shit, I'm so burnt out on being involved with drama and being associated with drama. This is not who I want to be online, but she ends up doing that anyway. Yeah, I never even made any money on TP. I also worked for free. I coordinated all of our people. I edited their videos. I edited their writing initially. I was the content person. He contributed very little, but would call me and badger me about it all. Again, this is actually part of the record I'd like to set straight, because it's insane to suggest that I made $250,000 when I didn't see a single dollar. So now, basically, she's accusing TheQuartering of scamming. So not only threatening, not only predatory behavior, but now also scamming.
And this is actually part of the record I'd like to set straight, because it is insane to suggest I made $250,000 when I did.
Yeah, this is Sydney Watson's DMs.
See a single dollar. Ooh, fraud alert. Fraud alert. I said that's Jeremy's MO. He likes to boast about how much money he...
Again, though, I'm just saying, even though it's Jeremy, we haven't seen any actual corroborating evidence for any of this. This is just some person's testimony who has doctor in the front of their name. So keep that with a grain of salt, right? We're not just running any fucking story on this show. I don't know Sydney Watson personally. I've never seen her content before. I can't give any direct claim to her credibility or her not having credibility. So take it with a grain of salt. Could be real, could be not.
He gives the people who just betray him for no reason. And she says, yes, it's insane, and that's what started me to distance myself. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, here's a big... We're going to get into something here where he actually just stole money from her, completely separated from the public thing. Completely...
Because, again, an allegation of predatory behavior means nothing without proof. An allegation of fraud means nothing without proof. These are things that you should have on the books if you're going to talk about this publicly.
Separated.
A story is fun. I mean, I love Lord of the Rings. Star Wars is very interesting, but I need something substantive.
He just stole money from her, and this is wild. Okay, let me take a swig. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like it. All right. Here we go. I don't know how this is legal, by the way, but yeah, he unironically stole money with it. Thank you, one in.
Moving up a little bit here, more messages. What caused me to start to distance myself and dislike him intensely, I can't see what that says, actually had to do with my tea company. When I was gearing up to launch, he'd do my fulfillment from his 3PL. So we had a lot of phone conversations about cost. He said he wasn't trying to make money off of me, and I said, great, maybe I can help you get better shipping rates for your coffee with increased quantity of shipments, including my tea. I didn't expect people to make $0. I understand it's a business, but I thought it was cool he was prepared to break even to help me. Like, that is so cool. Anyways, didn't turn out like that at all. Without boring you with all the details, 3PLs charge anywhere from 50 cents to maybe $1.75 per item to pack and ship. It'll usually be like $1 for the first item, and then like 30 to 70 cents for every item after. So, say someone was packing 4 packs of tea, they would charge $1, and then say 50 cents times 3, $2.50 for the whole package. 3PLs charge you for everything, including boxes.
3PLs charge you for everything, including boxes.
Including boxes, adding special things to the order, etc. We talked a bunch before we decided to go to Jeremy's, and it was really because he was my friend, and we had a handshake agreement that he wouldn't fuck me over. Anyways, we agreed on $2.50 per box. We took this to mean per completed box, and he ended up, where are we? And he ended up, is that not shown?
Manipulate you.
Woo! Let's see. And obviously, yeah, the argument here is manipulation. Charged me $2.50 per item, so that's going to dramatically increase cost.
Wait till you see how he responds when she's pissed about this, by the way.
So that implies we will be getting something.
So, for a 4-pack of my tea, keep in mind...
It went from $2.50 to $10. That is a significant loss of profit.
His dudes get paid $15 an hour, so 1.5 of my boxes would pay for one of his guys' entire hours of work.
Yeah, that's crazy. But you got to show this. You got to show the receipt, Sydney. So my first bill from him was fucking lunacy, and it was my entire profit margin. When I asked him about it, he said, "You should have structured your business better." Again, you're saying you're recording these phone calls. I'm hoping that's not all you've got to show me. There was no negotiating with him.
Yeah, so I pulled my product.
Either his attitude would basically suck it. So I pulled all my product. So he so kindly offered to pay to have it sent back, I imagine.
But it cost me thousands of dollars to get it back here, and he crippled my fledgling business all so we can make a few extra.
Handshake deal? Well, he said she literally already established that she's recording all the phone calls with him, because she has to for her personal safety. So, yeah, I mean, a handshake deal, I could imagine, potentially would be in one of those phone calls.
Bucks. All right, there we go. Now we're caught up. My cat's fucking freaking.
Idiot ripped off by another idiot? Maybe it is. I know this is boring, but it started when the, oh, wow, you're a horrible person bandwagon, and I started to withdraw from him. Don't get me wrong, I'm so glad I do my own fulfillment now, blah, blah, blah. I love like writing little cards for people. He tried to act like it wasn't a huge fucking problem. He's actually awful. But to be honest, this all tracks. He's burned every bridge in every relationship he had, including you. Like, I could believe this. I just won't until I see evidence. Trying to explain the tea thing is hard because people need to understand how fulfillment works, and they're probably glazing over listening. But the fact is, he was prepared to fuck me over so hard for a few bucks, and then told me to structure my business better. Fucking crazy. Rip people off, you know? Fucking consumers make more money. Sorry, Sid. You're too dumb to get it. That was the vibe. Dude, it broke my spirit. You know, extra why I hate him, YouTubers already get a bad name when they launch a product because it's usually just totally hands-off and fully controlled by a third party.
It's really usually...
He's included. Mine is not. Like, so she's claiming I'm not a white label company, basically. I literally do everything. And people associating this with the Jeremys of the world is the reason I don't put my tea mentions in every video I do, because I desperately do not want to be like Jeremy. Got it.
That's the thing that she does.
And that's the... Okay, I'm going to stop ranting now. You super open the floodgates. I have nobody to talk to about any of this, and it all bubbles up when I do.
fine. There could be repercussions for this.
Again, I don't know what repercussions it'll be. We haven't seen anything yet. This is just like a spoken word testimony, but it's typed. And I want to stay away from drama because it actually stresses me out. I don't want to be known for always being in bullshit. Lastly, bro has threatened to sue me, leak DMs, and threaten me a lot. But like I said, you're welcome to confirm some stuff I've said here. Really Apologies for venting my spleen at you. And I think that is probably... Yeah, I think that's probably what we're getting here. I mean, I gotta be honest, it's a lot of nothing for me. I do wonder if he ever implied I wonder, did he ever imply or do anything creepy, like in those drunken calls or anything? Think back to the Ren Fair stuff and how he acts. So the answer is yes. So Sydney Watson says yes 51 minutes ago when the screenshot was taken. Show us. Yeah, again, she has these phone calls recorded. Yes doesn't mean anything to me. You have them. No, not sure I want this stuff shared. Ha 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 ha. But
Nicholas,
when we first met in 2021, he was in Dallas for some event, and we all went to a bar, and I met a dude at that night whom I went on to date, and that guy and I talked the whole time. I drove Jeremy back to the hotel with 2 other people in the car. That whole time he was going on about how he wanted to fight the guy I was talking to, and basically said he'd fight him for me. I could picture Jeremy doing that. That's the issue. He'd get drunk and randomly text me boobs or similar shit. Well, that would be really easy to show. He said weird crap during calls too, oddly sexual stuff. I can't remember specifics, but I complained to my man about it because I was so weirded out. And he'd always be like, haha, right to Jeremy, and try to get off the phone. I'm a massive prude. I freely admit this. I don't like sex talk ever. I'm super weirded out by it all. I don't want to know. I don't want to share about it. So him being sexual was always really alarming to me, especially after all of my Elijah stuff. But yeah, I perceived what he was doing, at least to me in the early days, as hitting on me. I made it super clear I am not interested. Fedora tip, yeah. But again, I'm gonna just keep repeating it. Grain of salt, grain of salt, grain of salt. We're citing phone calls and text messages she claims to... Oh, I don't know if she has the texts anymore, but it would be plausible that she would have them, right? Why would she delete every conversation she's ever had with him? Maybe we'll get more information. So that seems to be all of the messages, and we get a bit of an update here. Haha, once he called me the cuck destroyer, and I don't think he realized how true that is. You're living up to your name. That's kind of, yeah. All right, here she is. She comes into call now, and I am not seeing any screenshots. So it seems like this is just a chat.
Okay, I'm sorry if the noise is a bit wonky. I pace because I'm stressed out by all of this. I just want to clarify a few things because I've been watching along. Because I really don't want to be involved in any of this for pretty obvious reasons. But
I'm getting vibes. Is anyone getting vibes? Hey, Teehee, I don't want to be here. Here's my DMs. I don't want even to talk about this stuff, but I guess you can show them. But I was also watching, but I don't want to be involved, so I'm calling you.
I do want to clarify that Jeremy's never threatened my personal life from the perspective of exposing things about my boyfriend or anything like that. That's just an ongoing concern that I have.
Wait.
Because I really don't want to be involved in any of this for pretty obvious reasons, but I do want to clarify that Jeremy's never threatened my personal life from the perspective of exposing things about my boyfriend or anything like that.
So then what did he threaten? Yeah, dude, you can't put a big white box over that and say he's never threatened anything in regarding my personal life. Then what did he actually threaten?
Just an ongoing concern that I have because he's a very private person and I don't want anybody.
Is she dating the Sky Bull? That would add up. That would be it, yeah.
To, think he's fair game because he's just not. And that kind of goes...
She's doing the I hate drama thing. Yeah, it drives me insane when I hear it.
To the things that I know about Jeremy too. There's no world, and the people in my DMs asking me, I'm never going to say anything because I said this in my video about Elijah Schaefer where I made the point that a lot of this is mutually assured destruction. And there's nothing really in my life, I'm boring. There's nothing really in my life that I want to hide or anything like that.
So she's saying I have nothing to lose and I'm afraid of mutually assured destruction?
But I will never go after somebody's personal life like that. So I just want to clarify that.
You just did. You kind of just did.
Good.
I think
You're accusing him of predatory behavior and fraud.
It's really important.
Yeah, no, I agree. And that's how it should be. You know what I'm saying? You should always kind of leave that off the table.
You can't be like, I'm so scared from the stream where you're talking about Jeremy.
Well, and, that's why I think people are calling Jeremy a hypocrite, because Jeremy.
Yeah, someone just wrote, "Please don't fifth girl this." I feel it. I think we're getting fifth girled right. Are we getting fifth girled right now? I hate to tell you, I think that this entire segment has been fucking nothing. It's absolutely nothing until we see anything. I'm getting more angry as I'm listening to this.
He seems to be going around and doing that kind of thing behind alts, or when he gets kind of, messed up, like at night on a...
Is that being the fifth wheel? It's this, not a policy, but it's this, basically when we cover rape allegations and sexual abuse allegations and like pedophile allegations, there's always like a cascading number of people who throw in accusations. And after like the fourth or fifth one, it just starts becoming like clout chasers and fucking gobblers popping up to give some bullshit, debunkable allegation that tears the whole story down because people overcommit and just take everybody's word for it after you get like 3 or 4 extremely concrete, navigatable examples. The fifth girl is somebody who basically arrives to try to like take a bite out of whatever cloud is in the room and then drags everybody else down because the guy can easily debunk that and use that to navigate around. I'm not saying that this is the fifth girl, but it could be. Until she shows me something, I'm starting to think it might be
Friday or Saturday and whatnot, which you have a lot of experience with.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I mean,
she was heavily involved with Jeremy. Yeah, that's all the more reason why she should show evidence for her claims.
And like my motivation here is, and I think people sort of misunderstand, they think that it's a pile-on. And for me, I think having to deal with 2 of the same kind of man back to back was pretty awful. And granted, I put myself in that situation. I didn't correctly.
Yeah, it's not a defense of Jeremy. I imagine he's probably really creepy with a bunch of people that he works with. But for her specific claims that she is giving to Camelot that she's willing to interview on his stream about, you have to provide evidence. Just because Jeremy is public enemy number 1 doesn't mean you could just spit random bullshit and accuse him of fraud on a fucking live stream without pulling up a screenshot to showcase any of the stuff you're talking about. That's not good journalism, and I'm not a journalist, but I'm doing the bare minimum here, yeah.
Read the room. But when I extricate myself, I just want to be left alone. I like making my content and being in my weird little bubble with my community, and that's kind of just where I want to be. I don't want to be involved in the ongoing.
So why are you here? Why are you here?
Drama. The other thing I just want to clarify too is I don't know if Jeremy's product is drop shipped. I can't speak.
Then why did you say so? Okay, this is another one. She's coming on to damage control the DMs that she apparently let him read. Why not just issue a coherent statement that's not through Camelot? If Camelot's reading the DMs within 20 minutes, you're like, I have to come on and re-explain everything. Why didn't you just make a fucking statement to begin with?
To that, what I meant is that I do all my own packing. He doesn't obviously like touch the product going into the bags or anything like that. He has employees who do that. Whether or not they work directly under him, I also don't know. So I can't comment on that. I'm not going to, because I just don't know.
Okay. Yeah, that's what the chat is like. They're like, oh, it's drop ship. Oh, God, Jesus.
I don't want to give anybody any ammo saying that I lied or I said something that, could be misconstrued in any way. So I just want to clarify a couple of things. And the last thing is, yes, I did record conversations. It's obviously so taboo in our industry to do that. Again, these are not things I'm going to be putting on the internet.
Okay, so it's worthless. I'm sorry. It's not taboo to record phone calls. It's taboo to hold phone calls over other people. If you say, I have a phone call, that's virtually indistinguishable from you releasing the phone call. You're saying, hey, I've got all of this evidence on Jeremy. Why would anybody get in a call with you if you've already done that? What's the difference? Why would you sit here and be like, I have all these leaked phone calls with Jeremy and you can't see them, thinking that somehow protects you from the industry taboo? You've already fucking achieved it. You're accusing him of being a fucking predator.
They were for me to listen back to because he made me feel crazy.
Right.
So it was just a thing where I was like, oh, this guy's saying one thing, on an 11 o'clock call at night when he's drunk off of his head. And then I'd be like, wait a minute, you said all this stuff last night. And then the next day he'd phone and be like, I never said that. And so I just felt like I was losing my mind.
So like what kind of stuff would he say? Would just like business stuff or?
Yeah. So with the business, he would call me and he'd be like, you got to buy me out and you owe me all this money. And at the time I was in the middle of a lawsuit. So I hadn't I hadn't really been working a ton because
Yeah, she's fifth girling. I'm watching the fifth girl happen right now. Be careful. Be really careful out there. Jeremy drama's been going on for a month. Expect more fifth girling.
So I was working for free on the Publica and trying to get that up and running. And obviously the way that that business played out wasn't awesome. And there's definitely some culpability on my end with how things went, but he would call me and badger me about it. And then the next day I'd be like, okay, well, you know, you said all this stuff yesterday.
Prove me wrong. Release the audio. Let's see how predatory he really is.
I don't have $100,000 to buy you out or whatever arbitrary number he's pulling out of his butt. But then he would say, oh, I never said that. And I really...
Yeah, I mean, like, how did she make $0 off of their business transaction? And we're like, this is just the first time we're hearing about it.
I want to do this with you. And it was very confusing. And
it might not be legal to release the audio. Dude, I don't... Then why are you talking about it? This just doesn't make any sense to me. Hey guys, I have this really damning audio, but I can't release it because and she's not making the legal argument, but it's like, I don't know.
I just felt like I was being gaslit.
Is there a difference legally when you're claiming to have recorded a phone call and actually releasing the phone call? Do you have to release the phone call for it to be one party, two party consent? Because is it not just the act of recording the phone call that would be enough?
Yeah. And that's what
I think it's a state to state thing.
He does now. He'll have a crash out on Twitter and then just delete everything. And I guess he does. That's what
it's all based on damages. So you have to release it.
My theory is he just doesn't remember the next day, I guess. I don't know. You know?
Yeah.
Also, there's another aspect to this that somebody just pointed out to the chat.
I guess he does. That's what my theory is. He just doesn't remember the next day, I guess. I don't know. You know?
Yeah.
Bro, we're listening to a fucking koala. Jeremy's gonna sue somebody in Australia for fucking two-party consent law? What is the fuck? Where does Jeremy lives in fucking where? Minnesota? He's in Minnesota? Alexa, for recording phone calls, is Minnesota one-party or two-party consent? Oh, it's not Minnesota, it's Wisconsin.
Minnesota is a one-party consent.
What about Wisconsin?
Phone calls.
What about Wisconsin? Alexa, can you legally record a phone call in Wisconsin?
Wisconsin is a one-party consent.
Okay, then Alexa, stop. You don't have an argument. He's in a one-party consent state, and she's in fucking Australia.
There was just a lot of weirdness that went on. And the thing was that I went from working with an alcoholic who was always drunk to working with another alcoholic. And I was just
there's this creature named Nicholas DeOrio. He has this segment called the
She's
Ultimate
in the US.
Reviews.
Oh, fuck. What state is she in?
Hey, I get it. Everybody struggles with these things or has a
if she's in California, it matters.
Thing that maybe doesn't work for them. But if you want to work with me, this has to stop. Because I have a weird history around alcohol. It stresses me out. I don't drink.
Thank you. The third world small nation of Australia. Well, I'm happy to know that she's not in the
and just, you know, having
Texas. Alexa, is Texas a one-party or two-party consent state for record? Like, Alexa, is Texas a one-party or two-party consent state for recording?
Texas is a one-party consent state for recording.
I just saw Kef.
Alexa, stop.
On Nicholas DeOrio.
So we've wiped out legality. Legality is off the table.
To deal with somebody who was calling me absolutely off his head always made me really uncomfortable. And I was like, dude, get it together. Especially with him like tweeting at people. I'd be behind the scenes like, hey man, I think you should lay off. And the worst part was people have always treated me like his keeper. They DM me behind the scenes and say, hey, can you, get him to stop doing this and that? And I'd be like, this is a freaking 40-year-old man, guys.
Yeah.
Like I'm not his keeper. So, yeah, don't drink and tweet, kids.
So his drinking deal, this it's been a while since you've been separated from this whole deal, right?
Yeah, like 18 months. And that's why I don't understand when the Publica ended. And again, things got ugly. It wasn't good. I freely admit that. Maybe one day I'll talk about it. But yeah.
Okay, someone just wrote in the chat, and I need to address this one more time. You have to understand. I hope I can get through to you. She might be afraid that if she leaks the calls, no one will work with her again. Those connections evaporated the moment she went on Camelot's stream saying she's been recording her boss. Do you understand? That was enough to prevent people from getting into a fucking phone call with her or damaging her business in the future. The minute that she said on Camelot's stream that she just started recording her boss, all of the people who'd be wary of that are already wary of it. You don't have to release the phone call. That would damage your reputation in and of itself. That's why this argument's so fucking stupid.
Things were not great. And then he, after that, just started talking insane amounts of shit about me.
This is, dude, I feel like I'm Mike Ehrmantraut. Walter, no half measures. This is a half measure. This is a really obnoxious half measure.
And a lot of it was so untrue. Like when you told me the $250,000 thing, that's what sent me into orbit. Because I was like, that's insane.
That's what he's repeating. Yeah, Jeremy has, like I told you the message, Jeremy has this thing where he'll just like brag to the public about how much money he gives to people just out of the goodness of his heart.
Walter, release the audio,
this creature
Walter.
Named Nicholas DeOrio. He has this segment called the Ultimate Rape Reviews.
All the lonely guys watching Brittany tear into Chrissie during last night's stream. I love you, 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 I love you.
Dude. Yes, dude. Where's the image?
And then they just betray you. They betray you.
So let me clarify on that. The only time Jeremy ever paid me was when we were doing streams together, and he would give me half of whatever super chat money was left after YouTube took its cut. That's the only time.
Yeah, that would be the only number because no one's paying pre-YouTube cut rates.
And when the Publica was happening, there was actually one payment that he quote unquote owed me, and I said, "Hey, you keep it. You just roll that back into the business."
If he was fucking, okay, I don't know the time frame on this, but if he was ripping you off, why would you do that?
That's the only time he's ever paid me. I never made any money from that enterprise, but that's okay, right? Because when you're growing a business, typically you're the last person to get paid.
I don't know the time frame. Was that before or after the tea thing that she's claiming she got shaken down on?
Right, exactly.
But to make it sound like I made out like a bandit is insane. I didn't know that, and that is staggering to me.
Yeah, I mean that's what I think he has said this multiple times. Like he keeps saying it. He keeps saying it. He does this with
Yeah, he never paid me, and now the new reveal is he tried to pay me, and I told him to keep the money.
A lot of women was
that well represented in the messages?
Specifically, like there's Trillium Girl in that June documentary. He gave her like $1,000 and all this streaming equipment. I don't know the details, but he apparently gave her all this stuff. And like, is that common? Is that something he does with like a lot of people, specifically women? He's like offers to give them money and help them and finance their stuff. Like, is that a thing?
I don't.
What are we acting like here? Is this guy Andrew Tate?
I can't really speak to other people's experiences.
This is Andrew Tate.
Experiences, I'm not sure. At the front end, I think that he definitely wants to be a nice guy. He wants to be your friend. He wants to be helpful. And, to his credit, he gave me a ton of great YouTube advice, and he would help me with titles and thumbnails and all sorts of stuff at the front end. But I think that over time, it gets really sour. And that's kind of what
I'm just blown away. I don't like covering YouTube drama. I don't want to be known for this. Dude, she just got off the call after talking to Camelot for a fucking hour. I don't do this. Just all of my fucking radar machines are popping off right now.
Between us, the tea thing obviously was a really big turning point for me. And I know it's all a bit boring to explain to people, but when you have somebody who's supposed
the whole chat, release the recordings
to be doing you a favor. And I know what people are going to say, Sydney, you dumbass, why would you ever have a handshake agreement? And fair enough, lesson learned. But, when you're...
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't want to fucking just, victim blame you in this instance if it's real, but everything about Jeremy seems extremely skeevy from all the details that you've shared so far. Why the fuck would you enter a handshake agreement with somebody who's been generally treating you poorly the entire time you've known them?
Working with people, you expect that they're going...
Like the alcoholic freak who calls you and says random shit at night. Why would you do a handshake agreement with that guy?
To continue to be good to you and nice to you, but it just quickly devolved, I guess, for me. So I don't know if other women have experienced, or I don't know what other women have gone through, but just definitely in my case, yeah, it was like you had this person who was trying to help. He never was like, oh, let me give you a bunch of money, but he was like, let me help you. Because I was at my lowest.
Also, why is this like a gender thing? I don't know if he's done this to other women. Like what? Tried to financially assist your business? I feel like that's like a rare, unique scenario that I don't know would be able to... I don't know if he can accurately if there's a comparable version of this with other people he's like around.
He and I started working together.
Right.
Yeah.
So
because my other show had just fallen apart.
Are we like Weinsteining out right now? Like what are we going for here?
Right. And then you decided, so like, was it after the tea or the Publica thing? Like what was the catalyst for you like separating your show from Jeremy? Because it just ended.
If she got fucked over on Publica, why would you do the tea deal? If you got fucked over in the tea deal, why would you do Publica?
Right. So like, what was the catalyst?
Yeah. So, honestly, this has been so long. I feel like it's been so long that timeline wise, I might stuff some stuff up here so everybody can double check me on when things ended and started and whatnot. But basically we were doing a fun little stream together called Community Notes. And I think because it wasn't generating as much money as he liked, he was like, hey, let's not do this. It's kind of taking away from other things, which was fine with me because I was trying to grow my channel back.
Pub and tea were concurrent. So she just got like rolled on both of them.
And kind of recover.
Okay, I didn't know that.
From all the things that had happened to me. I was in the middle of a lawsuit. Like Does
Camelot ask any questions ever? I don't want to like shit on Camelot too hard, but it feels like Camelot's doing a lot of like listen and like, can we ask the leading question to see how bad this rabbit hole can fall? And I just don't think this is the interview that justifies that. Like, ooh, like what exactly did he say to you? And it's like every question he's asking is being met with like a disappointing answer.
I was stressed out. So that was fine.
She put him in a bad spot here. Yeah, I do feel bad for him in that regard.
And then
because this is a worthless guest. Let me just jump ahead. See maybe if she like starts popping off midway through.
He's a
Christian. She's losing me here.
Christian or not, I don't know. Maybe he truly is, but
Camelot probably thought she would release stuff. But well, I mean, you can. I would push back on that by saying maybe you don't fire up the stream with no expectation that she's going to come on with the stuff that he had to run with. If she sent me that stuff, never in a million years would I have run a fucking stream being like, Sydney Watson breaks silence on the quartering. Bro, if Sydney Watson wanted to break silence on the quartering, she could do that on her own fucking Twitter. I wouldn't give access to this person to spread unverified allegations on my fucking channel. Right? I would never in a million years allow this person to spread evidenceless claims using my name, my credibility, my channel, my fucking audience, my network. I'll read them if you post them to your Twitter. That's a different story. But for me presenting the DMs, no chance.
You find it, the timing is always so interesting to me when people come under attack for
Did you see Mahler's short film? Yeah, I liked it.
Very legitimate reasons. And then their immediate turnaround is to say, well, I'm a Christian. You can't criticize me. Oh, I read my Bible and I go to church. Okay, bitch, then act like a Christian. And stop.
Okay, so now she just wants to talk about drama. I jumped ahead here. This is like, is this about Melanie Mack?
This silliness on the internet and actually act like a Christian.
Yeah, 100%.
It sounds like I'm listening to that woman on the bottom right-hand corner who looked like right-wing Casey-tron yesterday.
Insane. And that's kind of what he's been doing. And just getting drunk and lying. And I think like you have a lot of experience with that.
Oh, I do.
And I do want you to, I know it's, a lot of people are asking like,
did you think it was better than Shelby Oaks? Oh, dramatically. As much as you can compare an actual film to a short, like a full-length film to a short film. Yeah, I mean, I think that the dialogue was like clunky in certain parts for sure, but I found it much more coherent than anything that Shelby Oaks provided. And I also chewed Mahler out privately because the watch doesn't work like that. No CEO is wearing a ticking watch with a quartz movement that's got like a $400 shitter on his wrist. So I explained to Mahler the mechanics of watches.
Like, is there a part of you or a large part of you or a small part of you that's like legit?
But I think it was a great effort. Definitely a great opportunity to do something different.
I'm like kind of afraid of Jeremy, do you think?
That's a really good question. I'm going to say yes. I hate this about myself. I said this when I made my Elijah Schaefer video. This is one of the worst characteristics I have, and I have a couple really bad characteristics.
So, Chrissie in my chat says, well, I do understand the fifth girl allegations. I think she's within her right to bitch about Jeremy and her dealings with him. The problem is when you're calling somebody a predator, saying they're blackmailing you, calling them like a fraud, like saying that they're defrauding you and they're not paying you. These are all things that need, like, evidence. She's within her right to talk her shit, maybe to a therapist. She's within her right to talk her shit to a close friend in a Discord call, but she's really not within her shit to give unverifiable allegations through YouTuber platforms banking off of their credibility if she's not willing to do her end of the deal and show us exactly what the fuck happened. This is meaningless to me.
characteristics, but one of them is I minimize myself because I don't want the drama. And I somehow, I don't know. I know that it's kind of silly to say because I've been in 2 back-to-back drama situations where I've then, had to wait years to be able to have my say and to be like, hey, this is actually how it went down, or at least this was how I interpreted things. So yeah, I mean, I guess
she's like popping off in DMs with these like bombastic things and then driving onto the fucking stream to walk them back a little bit.
Can I say something
and temper really expectations and tweet your fucking thing in a twit longer like everybody else.
Fearful from the perspective that people know that I don't want to be involved and they know I probably won't.
Dude, again, like Hebrews. I'm looking at this. Sydney Watson claims Jeremy Hambley threatened her with litigation. Okay. Maybe he'll sue her. Maybe he'll sue her. Maybe that will happen.
Can I say something to you, Nick? I really like you.
Why? Yeah.
Say anything, and so it kind of gives them license to come at me a lot. And because I don't,
maybe we'll find out. Maybe Jeremy will file a lawsuit and we'll know, and she's telling the truth.
Really
I will apologize on that regard, but not for being skeptical. I will not apologize for being skeptical.
I also want to burden my people, my audience, my viewers with drama, so I just stay out of it.
Can I say
and that
to you,
actually
Nick?
eats at me.
I really like.
So you don't stay out of it. You're not staying out of it.
In my time on the internet, I've misstepped. I've definitely stepped in some potholes and acted like a complete moron from time to time. But I think a lot of the people who are content creators who know me and who are watching this, even if we've had conflict or whatever at some point, I think a lot of them would be like, "Yes, Sid's all right." And that's what I want people to feel and think. I don't want to be somebody that gets associated with lying and dishonesty and shittiness because.
Well,
if that's going to be my mark in the world, that sucks. No, thank you. And so to be associated with somebody who's kind of built this brand on, like I said, nice guy TM, like, okay, dude, but is actually kind of hurting people, not physically, but, hurting people in financial ways or threatening them. And I mean, like the dude.
All this does is just muddy the water and make things a bit more like, did he do it? Did he not do it? I mean, before I fired up the stream, what did we know? I knew TheQuartering was like a mass flagger. I knew he threatened Worski several times. I know he's tried to use his YouTube connections to ruin people. I mean, like, these are all very concrete things. There's not really a lot of wiggle room. Now I know he might do fraud. He might threaten people. He might make inappropriate drunken phone calls that we'll never hear. It's like there's enough stuff to indict this guy in the court of public opinion. This adds nothing to the discourse. It just muddies the water.
He's threatening to sue me over this $100,000 or $200,000, whatever the hell number he's pulling out of his butt. He was threatening to sue me over all this, and I'm thinking, this is so unhinged, bro. Like, do you not?
Yeah, she's wasting everyone's time. I agree with you. That's why we're gonna do a bathroom break, and then we're gonna go watch June the King's video. We're gonna work on moving on from there.